Hello, everyone. This is Andrew McKee, the Irish Bard, with a Life's Affair on Faire Life. It's Monday evening and Monday evening night. When does evening become night? I'm not really sure on that. It depends on the time of year, I suppose, because it's not dark outside yet. So we'll go with evening. Night always, for me, night should be when it's dark. That's kind of how I always look at it. But okay, so first obvious stuff out of the way. Great to see you all. Hey, Kristen, Rusty, Jan, Janine. Oh, I think is it your birthday today, Janine? I thought it was your birthday today. Is it? Thought so. Maybe. Am I getting this wrong? Because that's what I remember. If it is, happy birthday. Because I thought it was. Um, and Kristen got in a fight with a thorny tree, and the tree won. Wow, that's never fun. That is not a fun time. Trees, yeah, the thing is, they don't really fight back too much, but if you try to fight them, they defend. They really defend. It's not fun. Not a fun thing. Definitely not. So yeah, uh, but it has been. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was. Yeah, now Lee's asking if it was. I thought it was. If I'm wrong, my brain has been all over the place. So it has been a crazy week, and I thought I saw that. But if it is, let me know, because I thought I remembered that. But yeah, it has. Yes, it is. Woohoo! I remembered! Yay! So yes, happy birthday, Ginny. That is always a good time. I hope you had a great day because um, even if it wasn't a phenomenal day, you still got time left. So make it happen. Yeah. So very, very happy birthday to you. And that's always the interesting part. It's tough on days like this during the social distancing and all of that to go with the standard birthday that you might do, but you can still do it. So so yes, go ahead and make this a wondrous evening and night for you. Have a good time. You deserve a treat, so give yourself one. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, well, hey, I notice things like that, and all of you who who I see week after week. I mean, yeah, when your name comes up in Facebook, boom, I notice. So that's how this works. You're not just somebody I chatted once with on Facebook. This is a weekly get together now. We hang, so that's how it works. But thank you. But anyway, I know that a lot of you did see last week's Gathering Affair, and oh my gosh, I mean, it was a repeat in a way because the both videos had been on our show before with Sarah Mullen and the Tulston Troubadours. And Alyssa just put up that they are rebooting Animaniacs with original cast, and that's going to stop anything I ever say. Saying that, yes, that is really cool, and it makes a lot of sense because what type of show would you want to film during a pandemic? Voice acting and cartoons. You can get away with that. It's so much easier, and it's an easy sell, big fan base. So this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, and Lee's saying she already knows. Yeah, I'm a huge Animaniacs fan. No, it's true. It's true. So yeah, I'm. Yeah, yeah. Let's just say that a huge Animaniacs fan for sure. Um, it is. Well, I mean, Animaniacs for me, I always liked the whole. Um, I always liked the whole. I just loved the show. I mean, the music was always fun and entertaining and a huge laugh riot, and it is so good. Okay, I've shown you this before, but here's a picture of me in college just to give you an idea. So here you go. Yeah, see. This is me wearing my Animaniac shirt while playing. Actually, I was Mark Gunn's guitar in his dorm room because that's how I met him. We were in the same dorm. He's my RA in the dorms in college. And yeah, I definitely always loved Animaniacs. You can see like haven't changed a bit, right? Right? Yeah, look exactly the same. Okay, maybe a little different, but yeah, not maybe not too much. Maybe I should get a new haircut one of these days. Anyway, that's a side note. Um, but yeah, that's a little flash from the past. Yeah, right. Although, Jeremy, yeah, I remember one of your pictures from a while ago at Fair, and that was a time warp too. So not that strange. Anyway, yeah, the show last week was. Well, thank you, Kristen. That's nice of you to say. Um, Show last week, Sarah Mullen and the Tulston Troubadours. Great time. Great. I love the music putting them together because I thought it was a good mashup, and I think it did work really well. But I also got to remaster the audio for both shows. I mean, I started from scratch and went to it, and then the video as well. Same thing. I started from scratch and went to it. And if you're actually curious, go back and see. You can just look at a clip if you want. You don't have to see the whole thing unless you want to, but you can see and listen to a clip of the earlier show with the Tulston Troubadours and Sarah, and the other one was Sarah Mullen, and just to kind of see. And if you're curious, then you can see the show last Thursday and see the difference and how a little bit more work can what it can do. So it's kind of interesting. Mm. And Janine's saying more of a pinky in the brain. Um, yeah, okay, I get that. Um, well, yeah, I mean a little bit like David Tennant, but I mean, maybe little. But yeah, the Pinky in the Brain. I actually started with Animaniacs and Pinky the Brain when that came out as a separate show. I watched it, but I was a core Animaniacs fan by far. Um, well, what celebrity do I look like? So that's what we're going with, huh? So what you're saying is I need to get the garb, the cosplay together for conventions and go as David Tennant. Is that where we're going with this now? That's what I need to do. David Tennant is Doctor Who, of course, I assume. Um, yeah, I could do it. Walk around with my sonic screwdriver. Oh yeah, that would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. Uh, but yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we're all over the place today. But yeah, it was a great show last Thursday, so that was awesome. And over Brent Spiner, really? Yeah, I guess I could see a little bit of Brent Spiner, maybe. Yeah, okay, maybe I look a little. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't say no to that. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look into that. Little David Tennant cosplay. Okay, nice. Well, last weekend I did get to spend a little time, uh, a little time working on the real-time remote audio streaming. I know I've talked about that a good bit, and a week ago for Dragon Con and the shows in there and the show on Gathering too, we tried it out for I was doing a lot of live stuff day after day after day, and by that Sunday, a little over a week ago, it worked perfectly. I mean, did a show with Mark, Hobbit Drinking Songs show at Dragon Con, and it was no problem at all. No problem at all. So real time music when someone else is in another state is doable, definitely. But what I managed to work on last weekend was simplifying it, making it so that I think almost anybody could do it as long as they have a laptop and or a computer and a microphone. So I'm thinking we're a lot closer to our pub scene. I'm going to be doing a little testing with it with some people over the next week. And if that goes as well as I think it will, I think in a little over a week, we'll probably be putting a live pub sing on the calendar. Um, I assumed you were listening to me, and it's just that celebrity thing. Who looks like who? Um, oh, really? You think the steel beam laser? Okay, let's see. What do you think? Maybe a little bit. Too much? Too much? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, the interesting thing about my eyes, my father has very, very light blue eyes, and my mom has more of a greenish type of eye. So together, I think I got a darker blue. So it's kind of nice. Kind of got lucky there. But yeah, I really think the real time pub sing is going to happen. I really do. I'm working hard to make sure it does. Very, 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 very hard. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay, I promise. So this is going well. I mean, there's still a few more, well, a little testing to go on, but I did some testing last night and it looked really promising. So yeah, I mean, I don't, Lee and I really haven't talked about it in this way yet, but I think maybe in a week and a half or so, we might be able to put it on the calendar. That's what I'm hoping for. If we can get the testing done and then I can talk to some people and kind of get a group going, maybe we can do this. That's the hope. I really want to. But I'll talk to Lee about it after this and we'll try to lock that in. But yeah, I think it's going to be great. Now, there's other stuff I'm working on for the pub scene. I guess, I can't talk about now. Really can't. It's going well. I've got several other side projects, things that are going to make the pub scene even better than what we're talking about. But yeah, at least one of those I think is going to happen before the pub scene. Um, so, so yeah, that's so everything you're thinking about. Oh, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be better than that. I know. I know. I know. It is. So this is going to be really cool. So Jeff, definitely, I'm really looking forward to this. It is just a lot of fun making all of this work and getting the tech figured out, and also trying to make it easy so people can do it. Because originally it was hard. It was really hard to set up. I would have to remote into somebody's computer and set up everything and spend 30 minutes to an hour going in and setting everything up for each person. And that's just not, that doesn't make sense. Now, I think we're good. Ooh, really? You think Lee, she might do this? Sit in for Pupsing? Okay. She'll be we'll make this happen. Do a real group Pupsing. I like this idea. I definitely am on board with this, Lee. Yeah, dust off your instrument and get in on this. You know, if this is going to go as well and as easily as I think it will, honestly, we could yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure if there is a hard limit about number of people. I think the limit is going to be internet connections. If one person has a really bad internet connection, it could be rough. But I might even have a way around that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's yeah, I'm really working on it hard. It's going to be a blast. Ah, yeah, and it really has. Lee has not played publicly in a long time, so I think that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. So yeah. But no, she is an accomplished musician, believe it or not. Very good on piano and some other instruments too. So, yep. Not just a dancer. But yes, okay. Now that's all great and a lot of cool projects and stuff to look forward to. But then there's the shows this week. I mean, really, this is pretty sweet because what we have on Thursday, well, coming up on Saturday is Talk Like a Pirate Day. I know it happened again. It's every year, and it always creeps up on you, and you just keep forgetting. But no, no, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day, and we thought for our gathering, let's do a cool Talk Like a Pirate Day themed show. So we got the Naughty Nauticals and the Whiskey Bay Rovers, which definitely some cool groups there, and worked well. Let me put that up real quick. There we go. Yeah, next show, and should be a blast. I mean, Whiskey Bay Rovers. You'll notice on the picture there are 6 of them. They all got together, first time. They got together and did a recording, for our show. That was really awesome. I couldn't believe they managed to pull that off. Really, quite impressive. And then the Naughty Nauticals. This is the first time they've done a stream online too. They've put some stuff on their Patreon and done that, but that's it. This is all. Both groups have not really done any music during this pandemic. Nothing. I mean, other than really some recorded stuff on their Patreon. So this is going to be different. Pretty sweet, actually. I'm really looking forward to this. Should be a lot of fun, and of course, pirate themed. So, how can that not be fun? And Lee put up the link up there. So yeah, definitely go ahead and click on that event, and on Facebook and RSVP so that you get reminded of it, and we know that you're going to be there and all of that stuff. It actually really does help when you do that. So yeah, if you want to help out, go ahead and RSVP, because it will help you get the reminder and help us know. So yeah, it is just wow. Yeah, and she put up a link for Naughty Nauticals, because I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with them. They spread out and do a lot of fairs all over the country. But they don't really stick to one region for more than like one fair. It's really odd. It's an interesting practice. It really is. They kind of start on one side of the country and work their way over. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. And the Whiskey Bay Rovers, they mainly play exclusively at Louisiana Ren Fair. Sometimes a few other gigs in the region, but they're mainly Louisiana Ren Fair. But I've known them for years, and good group of guys, and good harmonies. So I think that'll be a blast too. So yes, and if you saw the show, The Gathering Affair, let's see, I guess it's a week and a half ago, when I was with April and Steve. Steve is one of the members of the Whiskey Bay Rovers, so you'll get to see him on there too. Yeah, that is, and yeah, Lee is right. When you RSVP, it boosts in the algorithm, which really does help us. So it's not just to get a reminder; it actually helps the show. You're helping support the show if you RSVP. So please do. I think most of you on here already have, but if you haven't, please. And that's a good thing to know for other shows on Facebook that you want to follow too. It really does help them if you do. Oh, right, and Leah's right that the Naughty Nauticals a while ago. This is a good while ago now, but they were the Pirate Shantyman and the Bonnie Lass. They traveled around with like that, and they mainly did music, but they started doing other things too, and they changed the name, and I think it worked well. And Kristen just remembered why she knew the name Whiskey Bay Rovers from Louisiana. Yes, that is right. That is right. And I am mastering and color correcting the audio and video, so it should come in very nice. So something to look forward to. Really, I know I'm looking forward to it. It's it's going to be a good show. Because having a themed show is kind of interesting. I mean, we've mainly stayed away from that for the most part, and this is an attempt to let's have a theme and see, and it works with the date and the time and everything, and I think that's a good idea. But yeah, I think they're going to match up well together, and I will give Lee a lot of credit for coming up with this idea. So thank you. That was really good to put this together like this. It's really good. Going to be a good show. Yay. Yeah. Oh, I did want to make sure I told you before I forget. For those of you on the Life's Affair Patreon, and Life's Affair Patreon is pretty much the main way to help support Life's Affair and help us keep doing this. We're trying to expand and do more, and yeah, it usually takes a little bit of money, so that very helpful for y'all who are on it. Our the podcast that we normally put on Patreon on Monday and then release generally on Tuesday, there was a technical difficulty with our guest on the podcast this week, Elliot Polshuk, and she that couldn't get together when we were going to record it, and then all weekend she was at the Pennsylvania Ren Fair. There actually is a Ren Fair going on now. I know, right? Pennsylvania. It is. That was their second weekend, was last weekend. So she was at that, and yeah, so we had to record it today, and we will put it up on Patreon tomorrow first thing, and then to general availability on Wednesday. So just so you know, for those that were curious, hey, where's the podcast? Yes, I'm looking at you, Jan. Where's the podcast? That's why. So it will be available. Don't worry. I got to do the interview today, and went very well. So a lot of fun. Oh, right. Yes, she did. There's our Patreon page, if anybody's interested in that. But yeah, it is. Yeah, we always try to put some extra stuff on there. And honestly, I have a good bit of stuff we need to put on there that I've been falling behind. We might have to do it in quick succession because it's there's a bit of a backlog on a few things. So I'll get that together, and we'll have a lot of stuff going up on Patreon here pretty soon. All right. I think it's time for my favorite little segment, and I hope y'all like it too. Actually, let me know if you like this segment, because I really don't know if you do or not. It is the 7 reasons segment, where I give you 7 reasons for something. So if you like that, please let me know. And I'll keep doing it. It's been a lot of fun. So today we're going to do the 7 reasons why Shakespeare is a pirate. Oh yeah. 7 reasons why Shakespeare is a pirate. I mean, come on, right? I mean, it practically writes itself. I mean, you're already thinking of things. I can tell. It's already coming out. You're thinking, a pirate. A pirate. You're already thinking of Gilbert and Sullivan tunes in your brain about it. I can just see it. I can absorb it through the internet ether. And I know that you're doing that. So yes, 7 reasons why Shakespeare is a pirate. So if you're thinking about that, we're on the same wavelength now. So you ready? Are you ready to go down the list? 7 reasons? Okay, 7 reasons why Shakespeare is a pirate. Reason number 7. There are a ridiculous number of skulls in his plays. Let's just think about this. Skulls, bones, all over the place. Yeah, I mean, it's a little too much to be a coincidence. So he's practically got skulls and crossbones all over the plays. So, maybe a hidden clue? Conspiracy theory? Maybe. Just throwing it out. So number 7, too many skulls. Too many skulls. So, okay. Number 6. Okay. He made up his own words. Okay. Shakespeare made up a ton of words that are now in the English language that he created for the plays. Now, there is a huge back and forth with scholars about which words he actually made up and which words were just new at the time, and he was the first one to write them down and record them. But, I mean, if you look at all of the new words where those were the first time, there's like over 1,700 words in English language that he was the first one to write down. But scholars, I mean, what they say as far as how many he actually wrote himself, the number, it varies. But the low number is still pretty high, around like 400 and something words. I mean, words, okay, I'll give you some examples. Words like from admirable to critical, excitement to mortifying, shipwrecked to shooting star, useful and useless. I mean, these are words he made up. Wow. A little crazy. So, and you know, he made up his own words. Now you're thinking, well, how does that make him a pirate? Well, okay. He made up words. I'm not going to follow the establishment. I'm not going to do what what everybody says. King's English, Queen's English. I don't care. It's Shakespeare's English. I do what I want. You know who else does what they want? Pirates. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's my justification. Maybe a fallacy, but that's my justification. Number 5. Okay? Number 5. He created cliches. Now, he did more than just steal every cliche known to man. You know, which would be true piracy. He created them. He practically went back in time and created the cliches before he stole them. I mean, it's like a Doctor Who piracy. It was weird. Yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah, I mean, so many cliches that. Yeah, I mean, and he made them that way. Some of those were from earlier, but he made them the cliche. He took that from us. He took that ease of tropes from us, and boom, cliches. So that's what he stole, and that is piracy. That's how I'm going with that. And Kristen said because he speaks of the pompatus of love. Okay, so we'll go 5B. He's also a space cowboy, just for Kristen. Okay, so that's it. Okay, reason number 4. Francis Bacon. That's right. Now, there are still scholars that think that Francis Bacon wrote some of Shakespeare's plays. Some think all of them. I mean, it's still, and you know, a lot of the evidence is a little circumstantial, but you know, they're all together. It's actually not. It's a little compelling. It's interesting. So, I mean, think about that. He stole everything he's known for. Yeah, I mean, that's huge. That's piracy. Oh yeah, total piracy. So, and Jeremy's right. Everything is better with bacon on a stick. It's Faire Life, so it has to be on a stick. It's a rule. Number 3. Reason number 3 why Shakespeare is a pirate. Okay? He predated copyright. He laughed in the face of copyright. I mean, there was no copyright at that point. Copyright came like 100 years after that. Do you know what copyright was in Shakespeare's time? They sent some guys over and beat the snot out of them so that they wouldn't try to distribute his plays in written form. That's what it was. That was what copyright is. And you know what? Beating up your neighbor so that they do what you want or don't do what you want. That's kind of piracy too when you think about it. So yes, that's what I'm saying. Something to think about. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true, but still other printers tried to do that. It was not great. Yeah, it was Thug Life. That's kind of, yeah, that's accurate. Okay, so reason number 2. Okay. So he was British. And yeah, he lived in the time of Queen Elizabeth, sure. So I'm gonna give a little pass on number 2 and say maybe he was a privateer. Okay, so you know, and what's a privateer? Somebody that gets paid for being a pirate. You know, doing it piracy for somebody else. Well, Shakespeare had patrons who supported him to continue doing what he did. And if he was a bit of a pirate, then that actually does make him a privateer. Hired to be a pirate. I think we got a case here. So maybe one of the first literary privateers to make it big. You know, I mean, just saying. Yeah, could be. Well, yeah, there's that. So, okay. Reason number one. And this is the biggie. This is the one that I think really sells it. So pay attention to this one. I think somebody actually already said it earlier. So he stole. I mean, come on. He took a lot of material from other people's works. Even if Francis Bacon didn't write his stuff and he wrote it himself, he didn't write it himself. He took other people's work and then rewrote it. He took their ideas. Sometimes he took their plays. It was a little bad. I mean, okay, I'm gonna give you this one. Romeos and Juliet by Arthur Brooke in 1562. Okay, Romeo and Juliet, not an original idea. I'm just gonna say it. And even Romeos and Juliet was not an original idea. That got borrowed from something else too. So, yeah. That's he kind of just stole a lot of stuff. He was the king of plagiarism in a way. So yeah, I mean, in that respect, he was, how do we say, a literary pirate? So yes, that is my 7 reasons why Shakespeare is a pirate. Thank you very much. So, glad you like that. I'll keep doing that since you seem to appreciate the fun, at least. It's definitely different. And so you might be wondering, what was the inspiration for that funny little side note of 7 reasons? Pirate is obvious because of our Thursday show, but Shakespeare, I wonder. Could it be because we finally have our Shakespeare Reviews show coming up with red carpet before it this Friday? Right? I mean, yes, this is finally happening. I've talked to y'all about this, I mean, weeks ago, I think, when I first brought this up. Gosh, it feels like forever, and it's finally happening. Yay! Oh, that was, yes. Yes, I will be talking to Shakespeare about whether he is a pirate. Don't worry. We will talk about that. So, yeah, I mean, we are going to do Shakespeare Reviews, and it is going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. Definitely go ahead and check out that event. Lee should be putting that up in a moment. But yeah, it is the Shakespeare Reviews show and the red carpet show, and go ahead and RSVP to that, because yes, that would really help, and it is going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to the show. Yes, Jen, you need to watch the movie. I mean, I believe it's going to be Romeo and Juliet from 1968, Zeffirelli's version. Although, I mean, Dan was adamant that we were doing 1948's Hamlet with Laurence Olivier. So I don't know. I mean, we kind of actually went back and forth on that. But I'm the editor, so I think we are actually doing we are doing Romeo and Juliet, Zeffirelli, 1968. So that one is a good one. And yeah, she just asked me that, and I already answered. That's how that 15-second delay is so much fun. It really is. And I think it's going to be a blast. It was a lot of fun to do, and I did a ton of research for the movies. I didn't just watch them multiple times. Not that I hadn't watched most of them multiple times already, but it is. Yeah, I did a ton of research on it, and it was quite interesting. I learned a lot about some of these. Zeffirelli, I mean, I was certainly familiar with him as a director, but this was, I learned a lot about the whole why they did that movie and how they got the funding. It was just really interesting stuff. And the movie itself, quite surprising. I also looked at a lot of the interviews at the time and press junkets, and I went a little obsessive. I really went down that rabbit hole. Yeah, it is. Actually, Lise, I think she's right that she has a lot of fun with the delay. Sometimes it's pretty cool because I'll say something, and then she'll ask the question, and then immediately after she asks the question, it's like boom, I automatically respond in like a 2 second delay, and that's like yeah. So maybe in some ways that's kind of fun. See if I can pull that off more often, and we can have that psychic thing going. I like that. That's always fun. The alternate endings, yes. Depending on which movies we're talking about, it's that I heard about the alternate ending, and it was yeah, no, 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 no. It's interesting, and I'm not going to talk too much about the movie here. I'm going to save it for Friday, but because we do spend a bit of time talking about it. We both have yeah, actually, I think we both had interesting versions of it and interesting opinions. Uh, but yeah, it was good. Now, Jeremy, we're not talking about the Leonardo DiCaprio version. We're talking about the good version from the '60s. So just so you know, it's a big difference. Big difference. I know some people really love that version. I am not one of them. So when we get to reviewing that film, you'll hear why. But yeah, '68 one. I'll go ahead and give a little bit of a spoiler. I was a fan of that one, and I think you'll like it if you watch it, because I know some of you probably have already seen that version in high school, because it was very popular to show that movie in high school at some point. But it's just so good, and it's so close to the play compared to, well, almost every other movie adaptation. In fact, it's hard to think of one that's closer to the play than that. It really is. Yeah, one of these days we'll get to. Oh, what was the name of that movie? Oh gosh, Romeo Must Die. That was yeah, that was because that's what Romeo and Juliet needed. They needed to make it an action movie with a lot of guns and explosions and martial arts. I mean, that is important. It was, I think, that was one of those few missing ingredients, definitely. Oh, right, Kristen. Yes, we are talking about that one. The one with that brief breast shot of Juliet, I think. Um, yes, that was. It caused a lot of controversy at the time, and I do talk about that in the review. But yeah, they still show it in high school, so yeah, not my fault, not my fault at all. But no, it is going to be great, and the beauty is, after this, we're going to be releasing these every week. We're going to have a new Shakespeare reviews weekly, and it is yeah, I think you're going to like it. Wow, Lee's throwing out her opinion too. Romeo Must Die is better than the better than that Leonardo DiCaprio abomination. She says, "Yeah, wow. I wouldn't even have called it an abomination. I mean, it was pretty, I guess, but yeah, that's wow. Okay, okay, wow. Yeah, we might have to get her on to do a little bit on Fair Life on Mondays to have her review of our review. Get that going. Tell us how right or wrong we were. That could be amusing. Oh, are we doing it on Friday mornings? Okay, I actually wasn't sure on that. I've been so concentrating on just getting the shows out. And I understand why she would have strong opinions about that Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes version, because it is. I think. I think they lost me at the most. Yeah, it does have a cool soundtrack, Kristen. I will agree with you on that. But I think they lost me the most when they had the guns in there that had the word sword um, written on it, and I was just kind of like, what, what? And it's just that was just so wrong. I didn't. That's yeah. Well, I could have been meaningly in the chat for you to come on. It may not have been on video. So, you know, I was fairly ambiguous with that. So it could just be your response on video give you a chance to type it up. But yeah, definitely a good soundtrack. I agree with both of you on that. And that's actually that's an interesting point. It'd be interesting to do a month of just Shakespeare movies that had great soundtracks. Maybe nothing else, but the best soundtrack Shakespeare adaptations. I like this idea. That would actually be kind of cool. We could have fun talking about the music and how bad the movie was. Because yeah, there were some great. Although actually, there were some really good Shakespeare adaptations with good soundtracks. I mean, think about like what 10 Things I Hate About You. That had a pretty good soundtrack, as I recall. Oh, Hot Fuzz. That was such a good film. Hmm. One of my favorites. That I just it just made me laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. I really mm, yeah. That and Bad Boys, they made so much fun. Oh well, that was yeah. I just saw Shaun of the Dead like a couple of weeks ago, and that reminded me. But yeah, Hot Fuzz. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. You own the 10 Things I Hate About You soundtrack. That is, yeah, it is. I thought it was a good soundtrack. So, yeah, there might be an interesting. Uh, maybe we should kind of theme a month or two like that. Have some interesting ideas for themes because there's so many Shakespeare inspired films. I mean, we're not going to run out anytime soon. We can do it weekly and have a couple of years of this without even thinking. And then after we do that, we can do a little more research and think some more. And by then, we'll probably have a few extra Shakespeare adaptations that have come out. I mean, geez, it's crazy. Um, if worst comes to worst, we'll start throwing out some Shakespeare-inspired TV shows because there are a ridiculous number of those too. I think we're covered for a while. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead is good. Yeah, that was a good series. It definitely was. But yeah, Hot Fuzz. They had more of a budget on Hot Fuzz, and it was such a really good film. The way it was a great balance of comedy and interest. I mean, it just really worked. I think better than his other films, really. Yeah, third one was a bit off. I mean, yeah, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But no, it definitely that's that's a fun little creator director trilogy kind of thing, and nice, nice. Ah, good stuff. Yeah, I think the best thing about the third film was that it was so different than the first two, but it still covered another genre well that it worked. It really worked, and it was in several ways original. And I do love that. That is always nice and rare. Ugh. Oh my. So yeah, I think that is a lot of what we have coming up because this week is going to be crazy. Um, I'm also going to be, I myself am going to be on a Shakespeare show on Wednesday and Friday. Um, the the coffee talk thing that he does, and I might if I might also be on painting with Paulo Garbanzo on Wednesday. So we'll see. Paulo will be helping us with the red carpet show. So yeah, I'll be doing that, and then Thursday show and Friday shows, and oh, it's this is going to be a crazy week. Oh man, it is a crazy week. So a lot of cool stuff to see, and it's just the beginning because, like I said, Shakespeare is going to keep going. That's going to be so much fun. So that is awesome, and I think, yeah, I think that's all I really have for tonight. I have like I have like 2 videos to edit to get ready for Thursday, and several things to work on. It's going to be, I'm going to be working morning till night all week, so it's going to be another one of those weeks. But it's okay. I've had a little time, and it is a lot of fun. I got some sleep, so I'm caught up. I'm caught up, and that's another thing I should tell you. If you have not caught up on your sleep, do it now. Do it now, okay? Because yeah, it's do it when you can at the very least, because yeah, you go several days without enough sleep, and it hits you. So no singing on here. Is that? Do you mean like on the shows later, um, or do you mean tonight, or? Oh, okay. So she's meaning tonight. Yeah, Monday night is more of a talk show. I'll sometimes jam a little bit and do something, but there's not really a strict. This is how I do it. It's kind of all over the place. Yeah, it is a tug of war on Andrew, isn't it, Chan? It always is. It's like, okay, oh, Andrew's talking about this. Quick, let's mention this. See what he does. That's how it always appears, anyway. And with the delay, that probably makes it even much worse because I'll just be like, okay, and this, and you've already, yeah, you've already, you start typing other things before what I say even comes out. So, yeah, all of those tangents. So little time. Oh, mercy. But no, like I said, an exciting week. So definitely check in. RSVP should be a blast. And as far as what Brenda was asking about, I am going to be doing a lot of. I'm going to be doing more solo shows coming up soon. I've been working on that, so do not worry. It will. It will happen soon. I needed to get through this week because, like I said, crazy week. But the next few weeks should be a lot easier. So I will, after I get through this week, I'm going to schedule a solo show for me, and I'll put it up on my page. So, oh, and thanks, Brenda, about Virtual Dragon Con. Yeah, I don't know if you were here earlier when I mentioned it, but yeah, we worked hard on doing the remote live real time audio, and I think it will. Yeah, I mean, I said that on Wednesday we had a pre-show. Mark and I had a pre-show and did that on the Filk track, and then Thursday we did a test here on our gathering with a couple of other performers, and then yeah, we did other shows too, and then I think I mentioned our Sunday night show went smooth. We got it all figured out. Everything was tweaked, and I've got it. So. It is okay. You joined late, so yeah. Thank you. It did. I think it did really. It was great, but it also gave us the opportunity to really test all this out, and it worked. So I was mentioning earlier that we're planning on doing a live pub scene with a bunch of musicians all together playing from different places around the country real time. So that will be coming up soon. Oh, and you saw the Wednesday show. Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, there were a few glitches on the Wednesday show. But, I mean, it was workable, but there were a few glitches, and we figured that out. It's all... there's so much that goes into it. I mean, without going into crazy detail, it is nuts to go into how it was all done. But, I mean, it's a hardware and a software thing. So... you kind of have to work with it all, and each thing you do affects the other stuff you did. So, but once you kind of get a feel for this is how you do it, I don't believe I just said that. This is how you do it. But it's, yeah, it works. It works well. Ah. And what is she holding me to? Oh, the show? Yes. Okay, that's what she's holding me to. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the plan. I've already. Oh yeah, Mark Frozen. That's my favorite part. I love it when he does that. Yeah, it was for a brief period of time, but he did, and the audio was a little quirky, um, and that was weird. What we discovered there was that his uh, he forgot to shut off all other programs that were in the background, and that was a lot of the problem there. It wasn't even with my setup. He just forgot to close background stuff, and occasionally that background stuff suddenly checks for updates or does something in the background or switches around memory, and it slows down your system. And when you're trying to do real time audio, you can't do that. That's a bad thing. So after that, I asked him what the setup was and what he was doing. And I said, "Did you have this stuff open?" And it's like, "Oh, well, yeah, kind of." Like, okay, next time, reboot your computer. And so a lot of that was that. We learned a lot from that. And like I said, we learned a lot from the experience. Um, yeah. Oh, God, really? Lee's talking about filming what goes on behind the scenes for shows so that we can post that to our Patreon. I don't know if I want to show people. Some of this is, honestly, it would be interesting because I think about how we used to do it, like back in April and May, and I wouldn't want to show people that. But this, yeah, okay, maybe that's okay because we learned a lot. Um, yeah, and sometimes it doesn't happen much now, but every once in a while there'll be 5 minutes till we go live. Um, that suddenly, suddenly one of us will just say, "Oh God, I need to do that here real quick," and all of a sudden we'll have to reconfigure everything, just a few minutes before we go live, and it happens. And it's not usually something we have to do. It's just something that we do because it makes the show better, and that's always the goal: make the show better. Every week, make the show better. Yeah, right. Luckily, I didn't take many videos of what the background stuff was of back in April and May, because that was more like us going, "Oh, come on, no, what, come on, what? I only have, okay, I can do this, and we were we were working our butts off up until showtime and just trying to get what we could done because we were creating things for the show, not just organizing them, because we had to create all the graphics, create all the overlays, create all the text information, create the transitions between scenes, do all that. It is not, it's not easy. Yeah, I mean, just to kind of come up with a procedure and a strategy for everything, and that kind of came about gradually. So it is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, there have been times. Leah's right. There have been times when we have been live, and I've had to make changes during a live show while it was going on. I set up everything to go in a certain order in a way. I mean, it's not quite like that, but it is. I set up things, and then it's kind of like, okay, we need to make a change to this. So here I am, while I'm live streaming, I'm opening up Photoshop and editing some graphics and doing that and going, okay, we're doing this, and okay, we're saving it, boom, we're copying that over, boom, we're reinitializing this, boom, and okay, and making it work without interrupting the live stream. Yeah, no stress there, ever. But again, that's why I tell people like Mark, when you're doing something like that, you close everything in the background, because you may need that extra memory, that extra CPU, because you never know what you'll have to do during a show. So you have to go crazy minimal. Like right now, let's see, I'm live streaming to both YouTube and Facebook, and I have YouTube and Facebook open right now in different windows, and I'm running OBS to stream it out. And I'm using right now 30% of my CPU. Yes. Yes. I've been, well, it's 35 now, but it fluctuates around there. But I've been tweaking it so much to try to really minimize how much CPU I use. And back, in April and May, and I was using I was trying to get it below 90%. Same computer, same setup, everything, just, yeah. I mean, you can really make a big difference if you research it and work on it. So, yeah. So I think, yeah, the foul language, well, that was mostly her. Yeah, I didn't really do that, but yeah, she's got a mouth on her. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, it is kind of crazy. Whew. But no, yeah, I think that's an interesting idea. I think it might be kind of cool. We might need to talk about that. I don't know, maybe kind of make a documentary out of it, Lee. What do you think? Do something like um, maybe not just a gathering show, but talk about a week, like a week with us, what we kind of do, a little bit of each daily meeting. Um, yeah, I mean something like okay, this is because actually a week for us starts on Friday. At least for me, it kind of starts on Friday, and then I depending on what I need to do, I either try to relax a little bit on Saturday, Sunday, or work my butt off. It depends, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's sort of what my week is. Friday, I'm mainly that's usually when I try to record the podcast and get that going, and it works great. But so it's generally Monday through Thursday is the craziness of my week. But it'd be interesting to kind of go through that process and follow it. Wouldn't it be wild? Yeah, I think it would be. Um, I mean, each little bit could just be like, this is what happens on this day, and this is what happens. I mean, it could be fairly chronological. It's just following us and how we produce a show. But I think it'd be kind of interesting, um, especially if we really summarized it. I mean, heavy on the montage, right? Um, ooh, we could do montage music for short little clips following us. I like it. I like it. So yeah, definitely, we'll have to talk about that. I think that's an interesting idea, a little special documentary, the Life's Affair being made documentary. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Not this week though. This week would be crazy. But yeah, I think coming up that would be nice. And if we could do it the same week we record some Shakespeare stuff for Shakespeare reviews, I think it'd be a really good week to do it. Yeah, you got to think about your montage music. Mhm. I don't know. For you, I mean, I mean, we can't go copyright. We've got to go. We can't do that. So it's going to limit you a little bit. Um, yeah, that's tough. Um, hmm. Hmm. I mean, ideally, I'd probably want to do something like "We Will Rock You" or something if I didn't have to worry about copyright. But, uh, huh. But then I'd be like Shakespeare, and we can't have that. Let's see. No, I don't know. I don't know. That's for you. Hmm. I don't know. Maybe something good and classical. Some Beethoven might be kind of cool for you, Lee. Something really, really aggressive. Um, might be kind of nice. I'll have to think about that. I might say some Beethoven for you. Yeah. For me, I would probably go Modest Mussorgsky. Probably something like that. Um, probably pictures at an exhibition. Um, there are a few good themes in there I might try to use. Yeah, she is more of an Eye of the Tiger kind of girl. That makes sense to me. Really, Chopin? I don't know. I don't know. I, I, yeah, I hear Beethoven when I think of you. I'm going to be serious. Um, that would be more aggressive. Chopin is too. Mm, yeah, I don't know. And Jakim's theme is. Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. Oh gosh, it's already after 8. We've see see Alyssa. You see what you do? You put us on a tangent, and the next thing you know, we've gone over an hour. This is like the longest I think our show has been so far. And this is like what the 19th Fair Life. Crazy. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to call it here and say thanks to everybody for joining us and hanging out. It's always a blast. And another happy birthday to Janine because, well, first of all, it's your birthday and you deserve it. And I hope you have a great evening and night and just spoil yourself rotten. And and Alyssa's gloating. And I will, I will. Oh, and Lee's been thinking, so she's going to actually play her own theme song. So we're going to follow us around, and then you go to her, and you're going to see her on the piano playing her theme song. That's how she's going to do that. Yeah. Wow. Just playing her own theme song. That's like being a band and wearing your own T-shirt. You just don't do that. You don't play your own theme song. But we'll see. We'll see. If that's what you want, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So yeah, I like this idea. A lot of cool ideas from tonight, and they will be coming up as soon as we can put them together. But like I said, it's going to be a crazy week this week, and we're going to get through it and have a great time. So join us all and share the event link and invite your friends and just oh, come on, you can find it. Get a keyboard or set up your computer. I mean, do something. You'll figure it out. And one of the 6 songs, like hot cross buns for Drew. That's what he's going to do. I like it. Good plan. Good plan. Well, thanks everybody. I will leave y'all now, and I'll see you soon. Have a wondrous evening and a pleasant week of Faire.